I'm your co-ghost Anthony,
And I'm your co-ghost Kaylee.
and this is Two Ghosts Review Doctor Who Season 2 or Season 15. Alright, welcome back to another episode of Two Ghosts Review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Doctor Who Season 2 or Season 15, depending on, I guess, wherever the future of Doctor Who goes. I think it might leave Disney Plus some point here, but
So it goes up to 13.
Yeah, 13.
13, 1, 2, 14.
Yeah, just a slight detour for the seasons. No, but I know you, Kaylee, probably aren't as excited, but for some reason I'm excited just to review Doctor Who again. I don't know. For some reason I'm excited. I know it's not it hasn't really been our favorite direction with where Doctor Who has gone recently, but I like to talk about it. So
You're just excited because you've been spending all this time rewatching.
that is true. That has hyped up my interest in it, I guess. I've been shout out to the Still Got Legs podcast that review every single episode of New Who. Been watching the series back and listening to those, so that has been enjoyable.
Wait, it can be New Who and New Who.
Well, it's New Who, Disney Who.
No, like New York.
New. There you go. Yeah. And yes, I've got my Doctor Who merch on for this episode. I got my shirt that I haven't worn in a long time. I have other shirts, but yeah, if you want to see it, I did make a post asking what is your favorite Doctor Who merch, if you guys have any favorite Doctor Who merch. But Kaylee, do you have any favorite Doctor Who merch that you've had
What a weird
through
question.
through the years of you being a fan of Doctor Who?
They don't really make very great merch. So probably a Funko Pop or my TARDIS blanket that's kind of elongated, like it's not a regular blanket dimension. It's closer to probably what the TARDIS would be. So it's really long. It's a nice get under it and you have room to spare lengthwise.
Nice.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, I think it's gotta be. I've had a lot of Doctor Who stuff, honestly, but I think my favorite thing is the 11th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. This is my favorite piece of merch. That thing, it's so much fun. The claw part, to like activate that, and it slides up and the claw comes out. But
my favorite piece that I passed
little toy
up was a console lamp.
A console lamp. That's kind of cool.
We saw it together at FYE years and years ago.
What console is it? I don't even remember that.
I think it must have been 11's, but it was like lava lampy, the yellow.
That feels like it would fit more with 9 and 10s. I don't know, like just the vibe.
Let me
lava
see
lamp.
if I can find a picture of it.
But oh yeah, that's like. It looks more like 12s. There's like no detail on the console though. That's kind of weird.
I was just trying to remember how long ago it was that we saw it.
11 into 12, yeah. But yeah, like the actual lava lamp part feels more like maybe even 13.
Well, it definitely was never 13.
It's orange. Yeah, but like it fits more. The colors fit more with 13's console.
Well, it goes for $300 on eBay.
Dang, should have snagged it.
2009.
Oh. Well. All right. Well, let's go into our polls.
Yeah, I would love to hear the answer to the poll.
All right. The poll question is Norman Reedus, was he playing Daryl or a different character in Ballerina? And the results were, drum roll please, he was playing Daryl.
I told you. I told you he was playing Daryl.
Fair enough. The people have spoken. I've got my own thought on it, but I am I'm an outlier on that. So yeah, that's how that turned out. Moving on.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's jump into this season 2, season 15.
Oh boy, if we have
of
to.
Doctor Who. So okay, let's do the old. I'll give an overview, I guess, of the episode, and then we can go through it. This is episode 1, The Robot Revolution. Okay, so we got Belinda's boyfriend 17 years ago buying her a star, and then I have 16 years here, but I think it was 17 years. 17 years later, she's living with a bunch of roommates, and these robots come and abduct her, and we see Mrs. Flood again.
Did they kill a cat?
They did kill a cat. And then, so they take her to this planet, and there's the little, they called it, a time swoop or something, as they're going in, and the doctor is following her. And then the robots want her to marry their AI. And then the doctor is there, and he's the historian, and he's kind of talking to her every ninth word. And then the rebels attack, and Sasha 55 dies. The rest of them escape. Dr. Belinda and the rebels escape and go to some like undercity type thing, and like a base, and they're going through like all the people that are injured, and Belinda's a nurse, so she's interested in that, I guess. We see the doctor's two hearts. And then Belinda activates the little robot to go find them. The polish robot goes runs away.
Who?
The other robots, I believe. And then that's how they get her. They find her, and take her to the AI to get her welded to the AI. And then we find out the AI is Alan. Alan has been there 10 years.
He's giving, in my memory, what's his name? From Back to the Future. The dad. The loser dad that's... George McFly. He's given George McFly in my recollection.
I can see that, yeah. So Alan has been there 10 years, and he started the revolution. Belinda touches Alan's diploma to hers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then the Doctor absorbs the time anomaly that it creates by going through her time stream.
Right.
Alan turns. Yeah, that's a nice note I have here. Alan turns into a spurb and an egg. Yeah. And then is vacuumed up.
Ew.
The Doctor tries to get Belinda to be the new companion. And she just wants to go home. But then something stops them from getting back to the right day. They can't go back. And yeah, that's like the end of the episode there. So, thoughts? Episode 1.
Well, I already said he reminds me of George McFly. It also gave me vibes of the robots from, what is it, the Wedding of River Song?
Yes, yeah. Big and red.
Yeah. And some reason why, I don't know why, maybe I'll be able to place it better. Something about it gave me also like the feeling of that bad superhero special.
Really?
The Christmas one?
Yeah. The Dr. Mysterio one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but it was like, yeah, Back to the Future plus just throw those robots in here. Like those and the smile ones.
That's what I thought of. The smile, just because the emoji kind of thing, they would change their face. Like when they killed the cat, it turned into a cat face.
That's terrible. Like, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That made me upset. Don't kill the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I think the Back to the Future thing, I thought of George because, like, they do go back. And, like, you know, in the timeline, you know, there's a consequence to the action, so they go back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It felt like a filler episode as the starter to me. Like, the content, the writing wasn't...
This felt like
I don't know how to describe it.
It was written by Russell, I believe, and it felt like, to me, now that I've been watching, I'm in like season 3 right now. I've been watching everything back. It feels like an average Russell episode.
Well, it wasn't too great.
Like I mean, I think it stacks up with just like an average story that he would write.
If you can.
Well, yeah, I gotta think of ones that he's written. I wish I had a list to go through.
Let me see. Let me just Google it. Rose doesn't feel like that.
Yeah. I honestly like it. That's different because it's like the premiere. But as a story,
I don't know.
I think it would be on par.
I like a lot of his episodes, and I don't like this one. Rose, The End of the World, Aliens of London, World War III. That isn't great. The Long Game, Boomtown, Bad Wolf, The Parting of Ways, Christmas Invasion, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, The Stolen Earth, Turn Left, Midnight. I don't know. It just felt a little...
It felt more generic of tacky. Him, I think. Yeah, well, he writes tacky, I feel like. Like,
I don't know.
He writes silly sometimes.
Okay, if I had to compare it, it'd be, forgive me for not knowing the episode name. The one where they go into the alternate dimension. And...
Yeah.
Rose's whole life, but she's not there. You know, her dad's alive and his stuff worked.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even really feel like that.
I don't know. See, yeah, it kind of feels like that to me. Maybe I'm just thinking of, like, the Russell era, like, an average episode within the Russell era.
I don't know. This just felt like they were like, let's do more robot stuff.
But that's, to me, that's what it feels like Father's Day. Like...
But the premise...
On that level.
If you just take it back, the premise is a boyfriend names a star for his girlfriend, and some aliens take it literally.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I just feel like in Doctor Who the stakes are
they're
a little
not always
higher
they're
than
not always that high, really,
that
if
just
you
seems
think
like
about it.
below the belt. It like we get way off track and get like political and racial, like Rosa.
Yeah, that's of late.
That's like
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
But then there's stuff like this, and that's probably why I'm saying the superhero Mysterio, whatever.
Because that was a dip.
Yeah, that's like
in
what
some
are
good
we
stuff. That was a
talking
dip.
about here?
Yeah.
A superhero, like, come on, I don't know. It feels like the plot is below the belt.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was okay with this episode. Like, I didn't think it was terrible. It just felt like I was watching Russell's era, like original era, which I'm not like a huge. Like, I love Doctor Who, but like Russell's era isn't my favorite era. I still like it, but it's I like Moffat better. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I did like the playing with time with it, and how there was that little time swoop that they called it. I did like the editing of it, like when they went through it, and it was like whoa 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 whoa, whoa. Like he's glitching out, kind of. That I thought that was kind of cool little editing thing or whatever. And yeah, I like I said, I like when they play with time. So yeah, I liked that this was Alan, but he had been there for a while, kind of thing.
Edgelord Alan.
Yeah. He was he's pretty terrible, but yeah, I like the diploma touching thing. I don't know. That's like a Doctor Who thing. It's like you can't take it too seriously. Like, I don't know if that would happen again. Like if they brought something from another time that was the same thing and touched them both together again, it probably wouldn't.
No.
I don't. They're very loose with like what the rules are for time travel and
there's only
crossing
a couple things like that
over.
Yeah, like when Rose touches her baby self.
Yeah.
And then the thing comes inside.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I mean we're kind of jumping all around here in this episode, but oh yeah, I did like the end of this episode. It just left it very ominous. Like they couldn't get back to Belinda's time, but I liked the ominous, like the TARDIS leaves and you're just seeing space, and then like whatever it is, like a London taxi or something, starts drifting in, like the Eiffel Tower or something. Yeah. It's like, what happened? Yeah, I thought that was really good, and like I think Russell does an all right job with it's usually pretty basic, but like setting something big up for the end of the season and then like dropping it throughout. Yeah. Like Bad Wolf and Torchwood and Mr. Saxon and like that that stuff, and I thought this was a really cool one. I liked how just ominous the end of it was. I was like, oh, what happened to Earth? The end of the episode,
yeah, but the payoff at the end of the season.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But at this point, I was very excited. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, the Earth is gone. What happened? But what else? Other little mentions. I mean, Belinda. Let's talk about Belinda. She's basically a repeat of Martha.
100,000%.
A nurse, whatever, and
I have to get home. I don't want to be here.
Yeah. That's kind of I don't really like that. I feel like he's like treading the same ground with like Ruby, Rose, Belinda, Martha.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of lazy, but and then what she's...
Well, you'll find out what other people think is lazy in the end.
Yeah. And then what they explain that Belinda that they met in Boom last season is just a relative.
Yeah.
Which is
no payoff.
Which is actually, it's funny. It's the same thing that happened to Martha. Because Martha was in Doomsday, but it wasn't Martha.
Oh my God! Is that what she said? She had a cousin or an aunt? It was a cousin.
Something? Yeah. So they did the exact same thing.
Oh my gosh!
On purpose.
I was complaining to you about that. I was like, why in the heck would they do that? Why would they do that in the next episode? Well, they have the episode with Donna, and then the next episode is Martha. It's not even like they give it time to breathe.
No. They just went straight to Martha.
And so what? Is that just Martha's relative in the future, too? On Satellite 5? Because she was on Satellite 5. Oh my gosh. People don't... See? This is like when I complain on our Marvel podcast about the variants.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I don't think Russell thinks sometimes. He just does something and it's like, oh, they acted pretty well. Let's get them back.
I never noticed that
that's
what that meant. And I literally heard her say that because you're rewatching.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the room and I heard her say like, oh, what'd you say, cousin?
Yeah.
My cousin.
Adiola or something?
Yeah, she had a name and
yeah.
She was at work and she never came home.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. Good catch.
So.
Did you catch that on your own?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, like, I knew that she was in that episode. Like,
well, yeah.
But you
didn't catch the explanation.
Yeah, the explanation. Shout out to, again, to Still Got Legs for breaking that down. But, yeah, so we got Martha 2.0 now.
Martha wasn't great the first time. Nobody wanted a second one.
I'm not a big fan of her, and I don't really like her episodes, her season either. So, there's a few good ones, but overall not great. Another thing I want to talk about was Mrs. Flood.
Another disappointment, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get to what she really is at the end, but with now knowing where it goes, I still don't see the point of breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, same.
She does that in this episode at the beginning, and I don't get it. Like I feel like it cheapens the show. Like I don't know. There's like I didn't see a reason for that. Hopefully they drop it, but they kept going with it into season 2 from season 1. So
she's not at Deadpool. She's an old lady.
Yeah.
On a BBC show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really all the main points that I had for this episode. Do you have anything else about this revolution of the robots?
No, I just thought it was tacky.
That's his staple.
I know.
To me.
I'm glad he cried. That was... I need to make it a drinking game.
Yeah. You get plastered real quick.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's move on to episode 2 then, called Lux. This one starts with a theater, and a cartoon gets turned on. We get moonlight bouncing into the projector, and this character, Mr. Ringading, comes to life. And then we go back to the doctor trying to get Belinda home, and then he creates the Vindicator to... He
didn't create it. He
or whatever. Out. Yeah, he had this thing.
He's had this thing.
I don't know.
In the past, we just caught it in an older episode.
Did we?
Yeah. 10 had it, and it had like spider webs or something on it.
No, that was the extrapolator. The surfboard looking. That is like it's like a board. The one that 10 had. That was with like Jack had it too.
I thought it was this.
This Vindicator is like a little, like Eiffel Tower almost shaped.
The thing that was like a guitar?
Yeah.
I swear.
They're different shapes.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's got this Vindicator, trying to lock on to May. What was it? May. Was it the 25th?
I thought it was May the 26th.
You
have all these notes, but you don't have the
date. I don't. I have May 2025. I didn't get the date. It was either the 24th or the 25th, I thought. So yeah, then they land in 1952, and the Vindicator locks on. Doctor mentions that he might need multiple stops.
24th of May, 2025.
Okay, 24th. Yeah, he mentions that they might need to stop multiple times, which is convenient for the season.
Yeah, that's how we fill it out.
Yeah. He notices the locked up theater, and he wants to investigate. So they go over to the diner. Worker tells them that Mr. Pye was arrested, but no evidence. So he plays movies to the empty theater. Mr. Pye is the guy who owns the theater, and everybody disappeared in that theater. So then the Doctor and Belinda break in. Mr. Ring-a-Ding shows up, and he does the laugh, the giggle.
I thought he was going to turn into one of those stupid demon things. Did he?
One of the gods?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was one of them.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he did the laugh and everything.
Okay. Delete that out. It makes me sound
no,
stupid.
You're fine.
Like, I was expecting another, like, the terrible... I'm traumatized from the musical one, so...
Yeah, so he's the god of light and part of the pantheon of gods or whatever.
I hate that.
Yeah. So then Mr. Pye plays a song and allows them to escape.
Because he has to dance. I liked that.
Yeah, that is good. They go up to the little booth where Mr. Pye is. And we get a little backstory on his wife, Mr. Pye's wife. Lux traps them in a cartoon, and then they start to change. They get deep to become live action or something. Then they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, like pulling frames to get to other things, and pushing the fourth wall out. We get the Whovians.
That's probably the best thing Doctor Who has done in a decade.
Then they burn the frame to get out. And then the Doctor starts stealing, or not the Doctor, Lux starts stealing the Doctor's light. Belinda gets Mr. Pye to light a fire, create an explosion, and Lux absorbs all the sunlight that comes rushing in to get bigger. And he's like dispersed into the universe.
Because he's giant.
Yeah. And then we have Mrs. Flood make a little appearance. and I don't remember this, but I wrote 11th Doctor music, so it must have been some music there that was
because we're
specific to the 11th
what
Doctor.
Are they doing?
Oh yeah, I remember being confused now. Yeah, like
it's like, wow, I'm feeling like adrenaline right now. Why are they playing this?
Yeah.
My body having a visceral response. He doesn't deserve this music. Why are they doing this?
Don't go on that. All right, so that's Lux. Hit us with what you got on this episode.
That I have enjoyed, and that's probably a terrible way to put this, the different not smacking you in the face as much as Rosa.
Yes.
Racism stuff that they've done.
Yeah, they've done it better. Yeah.
The episode where the
Dot and Bubble?
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
That one was an alright one, yeah.
I didn't even realize until the end.
Yeah.
That was what the problem was.
My thing with that is that it's a good Doctor Who episode on its own with that. Mm-hmm. Just piled up with the rest of the stuff that they were doing, it was a little annoying. But if they weren't doing all that other stuff, then if you just watch that on its own, it's a good episode.
Yeah. So this one, I like. Again, that sounds bad, but I like that he has that problem because I don't like it.
It makes sense
when Martha goes back to Shakespearean times and it's fine.
Yeah.
And she even asks something about is this something? I feel like she even says something about a slave, something great, Martha. But that's Martha,
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, oh no, it's fine. Go out there in your little red jacket and your jeans. Everything will be fine. We don't need to change.
Your little red jacket.
It should be addressed.
It should be,
and I liked that about it.
That should always be an issue if you're going back in time on Earth.
Yeah.
Then that's something that they're going to have to deal with. I mean, you're going in on history. And you can't just do some episodes.
Yeah,
and some
then
not.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah. So
that I liked. I did not like so much the flipping the frames. Felt really stupid, but
I just don't like all this fourth wall breaking, and that's what they were doing with this. It was just how do we get out of here? And it didn't really make sense either to me. Oh, we got to get deep. They were talking real to each other or whatever, getting deep, and somehow that made them real, talking real to each other. Okay, whatever.
I liked the room of fans.
Yeah,
it
was good.
So
it was
funny.
I think they mentioned Blink too.
Yeah, they
the
were
episode. Or favorite episode or something, and they were all. I think they all said Blink or something like that. Yeah, it's yeah.
They were addressing what is widely known as the best area of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
As oh yeah, that was the best. And they're dressed with the scarf and the fez, I think. Yeah, all this stuff. I like that. And then I liked how they lived. Because they were when you were back in, we don't exist anymore. And then at the end, they still existed. I liked that.
There's something about that. What was? Do you remember why? They existed, or where they existed?
No, they had just been watching the whole show.
Okay.
Up until this point, I think they said that's all they could do. Is they just sat and watched the show. How they had merch, I don't know. But yeah, they were this is as far as we know.
Yeah.
This is we're
watching it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're living it, and now it's over.
It was cool, at least. I felt like I had some problems with it. Obviously, we watched it a while ago. Something about the end I didn't really like, but I liked when the beginning of it, that first go at it, and it was kind of cool. It's this could be any fans, and it's just oh, I watched up to this point, and now the Doctor's here. I guess that's the only thing I like about the fourth wall breaking, is that it actually came out into fans. But
that, and then the end I thought was funny. I don't know, just that he just kept getting bigger and bigger, and presumably he's still out there getting bigger and bigger.
I thought it was kind of dumb.
So big that he can't do anything.
Yeah, I just thought it was.
I don't think it's a great ending. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was like, really, that's how we're resolving this? He's just gonna keep expanding.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to get out.
Yeah.
And he got out. And
yeah, I did think it was kind of reckless for the doctor to do that. Like, the doctor would resolve it and not leave the possibility of him being able to do something else.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, really, like he wanted to get out, and it seemed like he wanted to wreak havoc on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But if he got out, he was just gonna get big.
Yeah.
Absorb all the sunlight. So
that's what I'm saying. When you take it back and think, like, what is the big plot here?
Yeah.
This thing wants to get out so that it can, cause problems. But does that make sense? Because it gets out and just
then the
keeps
sun comes up. Yeah.
Like, our plot is robots take the naming of a star gift certificate seriously all the way across space.
I liked it.
Like, I don't know. Like, just take your plot all the way down to that. Take it down to like 2 sentences. Really?
I think that with Doctor Who, especially Russell stuff. I'm sorry I'm beating up on Russell.
Well, but Russell needs to do better, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, I think he has, or the writers that he has working for him, whatever, he has really good premises, but he doesn't take them all the way. He doesn't think them all the way through.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating because, like I said, I was disappointed with this one, but when I saw it in the trailers and stuff, I was excited for it.
I wasn't as excited, but yeah, you were hyped.
I was like, that looks kind of cool. A cartoon come to life, and like I like the what do you call it? Like the rubber arm or whatever you call that style of cartoons where they have like the bendy arms and like the big like oval eyes kind of thing. I think they're creepy. Like that kind of cartoon is creepy, and so when I saw
like Steamboat Willie,
kind of like that, yeah.
Early animation.
Yeah, like it's usually black and white, but
like Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, but so yeah, I was excited for this one, and I thought this would be like a good. They were continuing with these pantheon of gods or whatever. It's like maybe this would be another good one, because there has been some bad ones.
Was there a good one ever?
I like the Toy Maker.
Okay.
And the Giggle.
Yeah, I guess. But...
So I felt like that was really the only good one now. Yeah, I had high hopes for this episode, and I was very disappointed by the end of it.
Thanks, Russell.
Yeah, thanks, Russell. Jeez. What else could we talk about this episode? How
many episodes were there in this season?
There were 8 episodes.
So short.
Yeah. Do you remember anything about Mr. Pot, the backstory of the wife?
I don't remember how she passed away.
She passed away, but Ring-a-Ding
was able to bring her back to life through projections of like home videos.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I liked that.
She told him to take care of Mr. Ring-a-Ding.
Yeah, it's Mr. Ring-a-Ding. Spoiler alert. But I did like that. Him manipulating Mr. Pie that way.
That reminds me of
The Wire.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the same vibe from that as well.
Like kind of being tortured.
Yeah. But that is Lux, episode 2. Now we go to the best episode of the season, in my opinion. Episode 3, The Well. Do you remember this one?
Is this one with the spider? When they're riding on the spider?
No.
The hairdresser?
No.
Oh.
All right, let me go through it. Let me go through it.
Break it down for me again. Remind me.
This is a gem, I think.
Are you being serious or sarcastic?
No, I'm being serious. This is probably one of my favorite of the new ones.
Is this the one that connects to Midnight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was that good. I just think that the revelation of it being connected to that was like, oh wow.
That's
because
what helps it, but I do think it was good on its own too.
We stayed up and watched it midnight after, which you don't really like Midnight.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
Midnight. And so when I started putting that together, I was like, oh
yeah.
Whoa, because here's the thing. That's cool that they connect it back, but they are so using 10 and 11 as a crutch.
They are.
For this
they really
Doctor
are. Yeah.
This season.
Well,
they're ripping off 10's companions with him. They're playing the 11th Doctor's music. They're building back off of their old episodes, which it isn't to say that Doctor's never done that before, but it just feels like they're pulling and really trying to like make you nostalgic or something to make you like the new stuff.
I feel like Russell's overcorrecting from Chimble's run,
which I appreciate
because but and it is better than Chimble's run.
I'd rather have this than that, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
because he was trying to do new stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't working.
It was like rare that we get something that we'd seen before, like a Dalek was really only popping up in the New Year's Day specials.
Unfortunately. Yeah. We needed more Daleks.
So, exactly.
I know everyone's like, the Daleks and the Cybermen, we see them too much, but we needed them.
We need them.
We needed them. What? The best she had was like the Jadoon.
Yeah.
Reoccurring character, the Jadoon. Great.
I mean, there was a few, but like it was not enough.
The jacked up Cybermen.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But, let's dive into this episode. The Well. So they're still unable to get to Earth. They jump, 500,000 years into the future. This is when they play Toxic again.
Yeah, again. See why you're ripping and
you don't need to do that.
You can't play that song in this show.
Russell's like, remember guys? Remember this?
Remember when I wrote Rose?
Yeah, I did that.
Rose,
I did that.
Remember guys? Remember I could.
Remember when I had original content? Remember that?
Sorry. That's a song that you can't play to any Doctor Who fan in any context without them thinking of
the traditional ballad from Earth.
Yeah. Let us mourn her with a traditional ballad.
So we get that. A little wardrobe change. This was something that was a little annoying to me. They come out wearing these suits, and it's exactly what these people that are about to jump into this, the skydiving thing or whatever.
How do you, in the TARDIS, without opening the door, know what you need to wear to blend in?
Yeah, you're wearing exactly the same thing as these. I thought that was weird. But that happens. They walk in to a skydiving deal in progress.
They get paratroopers.
Yeah, like they get down there, get down to the planet surface. Doctor uses his psychic paper.
How dare you stand where he stood?
And then these troopers are there to investigate a mine that went dark. They have the suits because of radiation. They get to this facility, and there's bodies with broken necks. There's smashed mirrors, radiation, and this when we were going through this part, so they go in, they find the people with, snap necks and everything, and then there's smashed mirrors. I was genuinely thinking we were going to get weeping angels.
I agreed with you when you said that. Yeah.
It just made sense. Yeah, like they.
Well, the mirrors thing could make sense.
The mirrors
for the angels to be smashing the mirrors, but it's the snapping necks.
Well, that I thought it still made me think of weeping angels because they did that in the time of Angels in Flesh and Stone, but because they needed radiation to recharge or whatever. And they mentioned radiation is all over the planet. I was thinking maybe they're trapped in this facility or something. They can't, and they're like they're weak or something, so they can't send people back in time. So they're breaking their necks and like doing all that. But yeah. So they find this one crew member, Alice.
Poor Alice.
She's deaf. She says, the crew went crazy. Alice says that, she had to kill someone. Her friend. The doctor joins in a splinter group to go check out the well. Belinda stays with Alice to give her medical attention. And she sees something behind her, which I love that. It's creepy. Like you noticed it before me.
Oh, I noticed it right away.
Yeah, it was like there was something there, like
it was
really
quick. Frustrating because even if you pause and try and look at it, I'm getting teared up right now. That kind of freaks me out. You can't tell what it is. It's just like a dark shape, but it's humanoid kind of head and shoulders, but like you can't see it.
That's what I love. I love Doctor Who. When it's like
I
this.
think we had to watch a cartoon after this one because
they were cooking with this. Okay, like this is
as close as you can get. Like I don't like the ones where it's nothing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I've done a couple when it's nothing. This is as close as you can get to that as being acceptable. I was still hoping that we would see it, but I also thought that seeing it would cheapen it.
Yeah.
So
it did leave it kind of like, we still don't really know what it looks like.
It got off.
Yeah.
So they can do another one.
They can do another one, yeah. But dang, that they did, and they did it so quick. It was like the perfect timing that like you see it, but like you can never catch it. Like
no, well I told you you didn't see it, and I saw it, and you're like, I literally blinked and I didn't see it, and that made me feel crazy because it's like I think I saw something.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't see anything.
They nailed it, man. They nailed this. Yeah.
Imagine if we both blinked at the wrong time. We'd be like, what?
Yeah. What? But that's something that's great. It's like. It's like you're there, like so there people are like saying they saw something, but did you, the audience, even see it? Like maybe you missed it, and maybe you saw it too, and you agree with them, and like
they were cooking with this one, I agree.
So where were we?
See something behind her while she's helping her. Belinda does.
Yes. Then we get the doctor pulling up the security feed. He finds out it's a diamond mine.
And that's when you were like, hang on, wasn't that
whoa.
planet? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's midnight.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Well, I was thinking of midnight. Like, I just couldn't remember the name of the episode.
Yeah.
They said, they mentioned carbon 47 or something. And this was just in my mind. I got it all mixed up. But I was thinking of the episode Midnight. But for some reason, I was thinking of the title 42. And I thought Carbon 47, maybe that episode was called 47. But I was still thinking of Midnight.
You were thinking of the train.
Yeah, I was thinking of all of that because they said Diamond Mine. And it was Midnight.
What I liked, I don't know, with the actual episode Midnight is like no one's ever been here like to this part of the surface, and like And then watching Midnight, you see the shape out there.
Yeah. It's great too, just like a flashing forward.
Yeah.
From that, like nobody's been out here to like the planet's not even recognizable anymore because it's been mined.
Well, didn't they show an actual flash?
Yeah, they flashed back
to 10.
To 10.
Like they show him. Yeah.
I was like, oh dang, this, and that was a good flashback. It was one flashback, and it was quick, and I think it wasn't overdoing.
No.
Like that's all you needed to like just a little flashback, and you can like see it in this doctor's face too. He's like, oh. Like and it's like the same expression, yeah, as
they
10.
They showed him a picture.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was good. And then we have this creature. Oof. We find out that it kills whoever's behind Alice. So the second in command goes crazy, kills multiple soldiers by getting behind her to check what's back there.
Yep.
And so it kills. How is that working? Because it was killing other people in front, right? Like he got behind, and then other people started dying. So, or was he sending? Was he sending people behind?
People.
Yeah, he was sending. Okay,
so
he was sending people
in front because
he was telling them to go.
Yeah,
go back and look.
Thrown around and.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way it was killing people.
Yeah.
They just got like shot back.
I didn't mind it.
Like what was it doing though? What was the purpose of killing the person?
Yeah. Well, I think that thing was crazy anyway. Remember Midnight? Like, okay, here's my deal. I was gonna wait till we got to the end of this to go over it, but the monster, I had a little bit of beef with it, with the episode and this monster, because it wasn't doing the same tricks and things as the first one. So I was like, is this the same one? Is it like maybe it's something else? Like they're obviously saying it is the same monster,
but it's not copying,
but it's not doing the same things. So now that time has passed, I'm more like okay with it and being like, this monster is a trickster kind of thing that can do it just picks what it wants to do. It's
like a ghost.
Yeah, like it can do different things, but like in Midnight it was just messing with people, like occupying them and doing the copying and just like kind of playing with them. And this one, like, it wasn't doing that, but it was still kind of playing with people, like but it was killing them too. I don't know. Like, that's why I think
it's crazy. Like it
might be. It's just we don't know. We don't know much about it. But I did enjoy it. That's the like, even though it wasn't completely lining up with the monster, I did like this monster and what it was doing. Like as a standalone episode, if it wasn't connected, like Midnight didn't happen, I'd still like this episode and what this creature was doing. But all right, let's keep going through here. So then we have the first in command, and she kills the second in command by maneuvering around and making it so he's behind her.
Yeah.
And then we find out the mirrors, what's going on with the mirrors. So they use the trick. They break the pipe above it behind Alice that drops down a bunch of mercury, which is reflective.
That's what mirrors are, yeah.
And and it attacks itself, which I thought was it's clever. It's clever.
Maybe it is crazy then.
It might be, yeah. I mean, if it was out, imagine that out by itself. It's all diamonds out there. Oh, that's kind of reflective,
yeah.
Like, was it attacking itself out there, like
running from itself
or something
towards itself or something?
Yeah.
I think in Midnight, what I saw was it was up on a ridge and then it just started sprinting.
Yeah.
Towards
I remember that
train.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good.
So like, yeah, it kind of maybe it was like I'm gonna go, whatever that is, get it all tear apart.
Oh. Yeah.
Like rabbit or something.
Yeah.
Am I freaking you out?
No, it's good. It's really good monster. So yeah, the creature attacks itself, and then they kind of all run away, but it attaches itself to Belinda.
And she can hear it?
Yeah, like it whispers to you, kind of.
So yeah, it probably is crazy.
Yeah.
I like the theory that it's crazy.
Yeah, like it's just crazy. Mentally unstable, just wants to mess with you.
Yeah, but like how it's.
But it might kill you too.
It's insane, but it also like has like a strategic like side or something. I don't get it. Like I
think it feels more erratic to me. Like just. I don't know if it really has a plan.
Like self-control.
It's somewhat, yeah.
Because like there was no rule in Midnight about it having to be behind anybody.
No.
Like it can choose to kill everybody just because or kill no one.
That's the thing. I think it's whatever it feels like, but it's mentally unstable. So it's gonna like.
But it doesn't change its mind halfway through this episode.
No.
Like it's consistent. Like it has something.
But it'll, and the thing, I guess you can throw out there that. It's been many, many, many years, and things, its mood could definitely change, over that time. But yeah, so Belinda has this thing attached to her.
And
first in command.
What's her name? Couldn't hear it because she's deaf. She didn't know.
Yeah. But
but good for her because she didn't have to experience it.
Yeah. And then this was kind of wild. The first in command shoots Belinda to get it off her back and onto first in command, and then she jumps down the mine at the end to try to get rid of it. And then, so they all kind of get away. But the soldier giving the report to Mrs. Flood we find out that the creature has latched onto her at the end.
I saw online that you could see the extra life form in the elevator.
Oh, really?
Like, it counted how many life forms it could carry or something, and it registered that with it.
Ooh.
On the way out.
That's great.
Because there was, like, a max capacity or something. Now, I don't know how that counts towards capacity if it's, like, invisible.
Yeah, I don't know. But, it's the future in Doctor Who, That's future tech. It just registers life forms, I guess.
The Doctor and Belinda left separate.
Yeah.
So they went in the elevator with it. He didn't pick it up.
But yeah. Yeah. Any other thoughts on the well? What do you think?
I like Midnight better.
Yeah. And I would say I like this one better.
Well, yeah, I know you just don't like Midnight. I enjoy it. But
I think it's a good episode. Midnight's a good episode. It's a good.
It was a good bottle episode.
It's a good, like...
one location, one...
people freaking out.
Yeah.
One. Where, like, the Doctor is stuck in something where, like, humans are...
Humaning?
Yeah. And, like, he's got to kind of control them and
help them
figure this out. Yeah,
like Mummy on the Orient Express.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. It is good. It is good to like show that he's trying to help, and they're against him at the same time, kind of thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
I would be interested to see a third part.
Yeah, now it's out.
That could be final. Somehow throw it into a black hole or something.
Yeah, I would definitely want it to be the last part, because I think, it's kind of hard now though, because like you could probably figure it out, but it would have to match up with the same like MO or whatever that it was doing in this episode for you to recognize, because like a big part of it was that
it was the planet.
It was on the planet. Yeah, now it's not on the planet, so it's got to stay true to something to be a little more recognizable off planet, Yeah. Anyway, moving on to episode 4, Lucky Day. So now we have the Doctor and Belinda landing in 2007, New Year's Day. And the Doctor gives a kid a coin. His name is Conrad.
Shouldn't have done that.
Yes. This kid, man.
Why did the Doctor give the kid the coin?
I don't remember. It felt really
put the kid in here.
It felt like unnatural to me. I don't know, like they just wanted to give this kid a coin. Like
they just wanted to get the kid started.
Yeah, get him going.
Get Conrad going.
Yeah. So yeah, then we flash forward, and Conrad is doing a podcast. A
lot of podcasting.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Podcasts is awful.
Real bad.
Terrible.
Yeah. So he's doing a narration, I guess, and he saw Ruby and the Doctor 1 year ago handling the Shriek, which is an adventure we never saw. It's one of the adventures in the in-between. And the Shriek marked him as the next target. So the Shriek was hunting, I believe it was like Ruby, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then
it gunked on him.
Yeah, and they didn't know, because they didn't even know Conrad was there, and it targeted him. And just help me remember, the Shriek, it like, does it target after a certain amount of years or something? Like,
I think so. I don't remember 100%.
It comes back out, kind of thing.
I was more thinking of how it reminded me of that dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
The spitting one? Yeah. So,
it's like a cicada or something.
Yeah, that's what it, that's what it's like. It's like Pennywise, it comes out.
That's a better one
every 27 years, yeah.
Yeah, it was less than 27 years, though.
Yeah. So, he's got Ruby on the podcast. That's what they're kind of going over. And he asks her out after the interview on the podcast. They go on 5 dates. He takes her to meet his friends at a bar. And then we get the lights flickering. Ruby gets all paranoid and calls Kate.
This is giving me 73 yards at this point.
Yeah. So she calls Kate, who is unable to pick up on any activity in the area where she is, any alien things. So she kind of dismisses it a little bit.
But then you've traveled with the doctor,
yeah,
you can't shake that.
Yes, that's true. And then a shriek appears. And then Ruby's, freaking out because Conrad didn't take the antidote. Conrad goes out to help Ruby. Unit shows up. Everything is revealed to be fake.
Like, literally like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so it's all...
And he's alive.
Conrad and his friends that made it up. Made a big production and was intending on, I guess, trapping Unit here to yell at him. Like, I don't know. It felt kind of silly.
They were trying to say that Unit was manufacturing aliens.
Yeah, but like, dang.
So we need a new Christmas threat.
Yeah, like, after everything that's happened, like, since 2005.
This is just like a little political, this one. It's like activism.
Yeah, that's what it...
Leftist activism or something.
Yeah.
You don't even understand what you're protesting, guys. Like, you need Unit. You need them bad.
I think they were trying to go the other way, though, with it. Like, trying to make, like, these podcasters are, like... Yeah. Like, they need to trust the government kind of thing, like... Because the government isn't lying to them.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I felt. That's what I was getting from it.
I was more thinking it was like what Conrad was doing. He was...
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Unit really is doing the right thing.
It made me feel like...
We have that Disney programming.
It felt like it was like podcasters who talk about like alien, like Joe Rogan or something, like stuff like that. It's like... Yeah, the government's lying to you kind of thing. And then, like, they show up and they make, like, the government or, like, Unit, like, they're the good guys and they're like, we're not lying to you kind of thing. And then...
I don't know. I think Conrad was a little too douchey for me to take that.
Well, they douched him up. Yeah. So, like...
That didn't even cross
They tried
my
to make him, really bad. A really bad guy, so...
Yeah, that didn't cross my mind.
Anyway...
I see it though. Now you said it, but.
So yeah, everything's revealed to be fake. Freak. Talking a lot here. Okay, I'm stumbling over my words. So yeah, they're live streaming Unit. Yeah, and then Unit arrests him. I think that was so dumb.
Bad move for you.
Why? He wasn't even doing anything. Like, he tried to trap him, but like...
He wasn't doing anything illegal.
He wasn't doing anything illegal.
How does Unit have the authority to arrest people outside of alien invasion?
There was nothing alien. Like...
Yeah. Like, I don't think Unit should have been able to actually detain him for anything.
Yeah, I was surprised when that happened. They're like... Unit just arrests him.
The only thing that I could think is like creating a false alarm, like a fake terror event or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I could see the alien attack is like a terror attack, from space or something that you've.
But it's like they could easily just turn around. It seemed like it was more like against Ruby. Like, I know his intention was to get Unit there.
Yeah.
But, like, from Unit's perspective, it really kind of, like, looked like it was Ruby that he was doing all that to.
Yeah.
It looked like just, like, a dumb joke played on her because of her past. Yeah. And it would be so easy for Unit...
Well, that's kind of how she took it, too.
For Unit to just turn around and go home. Like, there's...
Take her with you if you're so worried about
Yeah, there's no threat. There's like, this guy's just trying to be... trying to get views, So this arrest makes Conrad popular, and he uses the momentum to make Unit look even worse. So yeah, like they arrested him, but let him go. So there was really no point in even arresting him. But then he gets kind of serious and leaks employees' names and addresses and like, hey, go mess with them kind of thing.
What's that called? Doing that? Is that called like doxing someone?
Oh, maybe.
What's that called? He's taking an IRL. That's too much, Conrad.
Look at you with the lines here.
It's too much, Conrad. Stop.
You're doing too much.
Conrad, that's too far.
You've taken it too far, Conrad. Okay, so yeah, he does all that. And then he's got an inside man in Unit that lets him in. Then Conrad accidentally shoots him. He like grabs a gun or whatever, fights for a gun and shoots this guy. And then we find out that Conrad actually interviewed for Unit, but wasn't hired
because he was a douche.
Yeah. And so now he wants a confession on camera that Unit lies. And Conrad like just keeps poking the bear, talks bad about Kate's dad, which I mean, there's a lot of classic Who stuff that Russell's been trying to bring in and all that, but
we've talked about Kate's dad before.
Yeah, I've never seen
11 talked about Kate's dad all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. At this point, like, yeah, we got some in with 11 and all that. It's like at this point, I don't care. Like, I'm not really gonna watch classic Who. I don't think so. I haven't watched it yet. So
to me, it just is keeping consistent for her character.
Yeah.
People just bring up her dad.
Yeah.
She brings up her dad. The doctor brings up her dad. Conrad brings up her dad.
Remember her dad?
No.
Nope. Not really. Then Kate gets wild and lets out the shriek. And she says...
Kate took that personally.
She says she's glad the doctor isn't here to stop her. Like, dang, okay,
Dang,
Kate. All right. Wild.
Kate, would your dad do this?
Then this thing bites his arm.
Is the shriek fake?
Is the shriek fake now, huh? So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Ruby admits at the end to struggling with waiting for the doctor or the end of the world, is what she says. Which I kind of like this how we keep coming back to Ruby a bit. I liked her character, and I think it's interesting to see a little more of like the ones that are left behind.
I wish she wasn't human.
You wish she wasn't human?
I wish that they had panned that out better with her mom.
Oh, like she was a Time Lord or something?
No, she doesn't have to be a Time Lord. Just something.
Just something else?
Something interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just enjoyed her stuff in this one. I mean,
I do like seeing the people that leave the doctor voluntarily.
Yeah.
Like, most people die or, you know...
go to a parallel Earth.
Turn into a different creature or, go to a parallel Earth. And there are a select few that survive and leave willingly.
Yeah.
The doctor doesn't just not come back for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we'll get more into my thoughts on this towards the end, but yeah, it was. I liked seeing that she's struggling with it kind of, and throughout this episode, and I felt bad for her. Like she was getting played, and um, yeah, that made me hate Conrad. The thing I didn't like was just that political view that I know that they were trying to kind of push in some way or another. Um, but overall, I thought it was an all right episode, and I liked the stuff with Ruby in it. And I did think that for one that doesn't really have the doctor.
Ruby does good on episodes without the doctor.
Yeah, she does
73
fine.
73 yards in this, like there's still good, solid Doctor Who. She just, I guess she has a look or feel or something. She feels Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I wish her name wasn't literally Ruby Sunday, but
I like it. I don't know why you don't like it, but I do. But yeah, and even Kate, I liked that Kate helped kind of carry the episode, and it was.
I'd watch a whole show of them.
It was. Yeah, I'd watch it. Yeah, I know we got this spin-off coming, and it does have Unit in it, but I don't know if that's going to be very good or not.
I'd watch the Blinks.
The Flake. I don't know about the Flakes, though. But yeah, no, just to touch on Kate again. I liked. So yeah, you got Ruby, but then Kate was just like such an opposite of the Doctor in this. At the end.
Don't you think she looks tired?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah, she was so the opposite. It felt like, I don't know. It felt backwards almost at the end, and it was interesting to me. Like, you can't really, like, I guess the Doctor does have some darker points, but normally that doesn't happen, and it just feels like
in a couple episodes the Doctor's gonna be tasing someone.
Yeah, like, well, this one's crazy, but I don't know. It just felt kind of fresh and different for all of a sudden somebody at the end that is supposed to be good, that we've shown her being pretty good, is just like, I don't care. The Doctor's not here.
I think
I'm gonna let this thing out on you.
So fired up because he was insulting Unit, which is very personal for her.
And that's fine. Well,
yeah, I think that's why she got so carried away. I agree, but I think that's
she should also probably compose herself a little better.
I agree.
In that position, like, she shouldn't let that stuff affect her decision making like that, being the head of Unit. But
everybody has those days.
Even Kate. All right. You have anything else on Lucky Day?
No.
Over here shaking your head, but nobody knows that you're shaking your head.
I know, well, I was yarning. We record at night, so I'm tired.
All right. I think we will stop here for this episode, as it is going on very long. So this will be a two-parter, and we will have the second part come out next week so we can stay on schedule. But thank you for listening, and sure to tune in next week for the second part of our review of Doctor Who Season 2/Season 15. We will have a poll up for this first half and the second half. So it will be up on the day that this airs, on Friday, on Two Ghost Reviews Instagram and Blue Ghost Reviews Instagram. And you'll also be able to vote on the Spotify episode if you would like. And be sure to leave us a comment. anywhere that you can on an Instagram post or Spotify or wherever, YouTube. And we'd also love it if you gave our podcast 5 stars on Spotify. And we will see you all next week.